All right, welcome to the CIY Capital Daily NQ Recap. It's March 10th. Let's cut right through all the noise, figure out what really drove the price action today, and get you prepped for tomorrow.
So check this out. The Nasdaq closed up what? A tiny 0.02%. You look at that number and you'd think, wow, boring day. But nothing could be further from the truth. That flat finish, it's hiding the real story. Today was an absolute street fight. The market was literally getting ripped in two different directions. Okay, so on one side of this tug of war, you had geopolitical fear. Early in the day, we got this big surge of optimism, right? News came out that maybe tensions with Iran were easing up, and boom, the market just took off. But then, bam, that entire rally got wiped out later in the day when reports of a possible military escalation hit the wire. That kind of back and forth, it's pure whiplash. It creates this incredibly volatile environment that's just perfect for trapping unsuspecting traders.
But holding the line, pulling back against all that fear, was the other side of the rope, good old-fashioned tech strength. You had companies like Hewlett-Packard Enterprise coming out and signaling this massive demand for AI infrastructure. And look, this isn't just some one-off thing. It's a really powerful, ongoing trend. That huge demand for all things AI is what basically put a floor under the Nasdaq today. It's what kept it anchored while everything else was getting tossed around.
Okay, so with all that noise and all that back and forth, let's get down to the battlefield itself. Let's talk about the NQ levels that actually matter today. Up top, we've got major resistance. We call that the ceiling. Down below, you've got this solid level of support holding strong. That's the floor. In a choppy market like this, believe me, these are the only two lines you really need to be watching.
All right, let's check in on the neighbors, the other markets that always have an impact on tech. So crude oil, it actually moved lower today. And normally you'd think, hey, that's great. Cheaper oil should be a huge tailwind for stocks, right? It helps ease those inflation fears. But, and this is the critical piece of the puzzle today, you have to ask why traders were so nervous in the first place. The whole geopolitical risk story was centered on the Strait of Hormuz, which is, a crazy important waterway for oil. So even though crude prices were falling, the underlying threat to the global energy supply just kept a lid on any real optimism. And that is exactly why the market just couldn't find a clear direction.
Today's chaotic price action is a perfect lesson, a masterclass really, in how chasing headlines will absolutely wreck your account. That first pop in the morning, total trap. And the big drop that came after? Yep, another trap. In a market this messy, the only way to protect yourself is with a disciplined, mechanical plan. So this is what a blueprint for a professional trade looks like. As Ron Rose teaches, it's never about guessing what the next headline is going to be. It's about having a system with a specific entry point, a non-negotiable stop to protect your capital, and a crystal clear target for taking your profits. Here at CIY Capital, we follow the system, period, not the headlines.
And look, building that kind of system, it's a different journey for everyone. Maybe you're just starting out, trying to find some consistency, or maybe you're a seasoned pro who just wants to sharpen that edge. Or hey, maybe you're trading a small account where every single tick really matters. This is exactly why Ron Rose does one-on-one work with traders. It's all about building a personalized trading plan, one that actually fits your schedule, your risk tolerance, and your goals. So if you're ready to build that blueprint for yourself, just head over to the website to get started.
And that's our breakdown for today. Just a reminder, this is all for educational purposes, definitely not financial advice. For daily insights just like this, make sure you follow @RonRoseTrading or visit us at cipcapital.com. We'll see you back here tomorrow.